I'm Paula Chamlee. I'm a photographer. I came to photography from paintings. I do a little bit of painting and drawing and collage. In my studio, I have things that I collect to inspire me and to keep me thinking about the rhythms of things. I'm responding to what I call a life rhythm, the thing that really permeates everything that lives. I grew up on the high plains of the Texas Panhandle. My mother came to Texas from East Texas, from Grayson County, which is up around the Dallas area. And my father homesteaded in West Texas. My mother is still alive. She's 100. Now, my dad lived until he was 95. He died of West Nile virus. He was very, very strong and active. He and my mother had been farming 1,100 acres all by themselves until they were in their 80s. If a mosquito hadn't gotten him, he'd probably be alive today at 104. So I have time to make art. I have some pretty good longevity, maybe. The large film and the darkroom process appeals to me very, very much. When working with an 8x10, the image size is exactly the size of the film, and you're working on a large ground glass where you see the world upside down and backwards. A way to see the world without being involved with what it is, but only seeing it for how it looks. That was a major breakthrough for me. We always know what things are. It's very hard for us to forget what they are long enough to see them for how they really look. I think there was a famous painter once that said, you have to not know the name of something before you can see it. Each focal length is mounted on a separate lens board. I'm opening the aperture and now opening it all the way up so that when I look on the ground glass, what I see on the other side will be bright enough on the glass for me to compose the image. My love is being in the darkroom with the materials, my hands in the chemistry. I'm married to photographer Michael A. Smith. He's been photographing for about 45 years now. A lot of people ask how we can work together yet work separately. Well, it's interesting living with another artist. It has its ups and downs, but it's great.
Two strong, opinionated people living together, being together 24 hours a day, most days. It's wonderful and
challenging.
Yeah, exactly.
Each of us understands the other's concerns in a deep way, and we also support each other, but we don't collaborate. When artists collaborate, they're both working on the same object. We've never done that. We do our own work quite separately, except for one project that we did a long time ago, and it worked out real well, but we decided we'd never do that again. We'd rather stay married. And we are Lodima Press. Lodima Press, the name comes from Amidol. Amidol spelled backwards. And Amidol is the very old-fashioned developer which we use to develop our silver chloride contact prints. Back in 1979, long before I knew Michael, he started this publishing company because photographers had very unhappy relationships with most of their publishers and didn't want to make the compromises that you often have to make. He just said, okay, I'll do it myself. The project turned out really, really well. There is a market for very high-end books. We use a very special printer overseas for the highest quality reproductions. We've published 40 different photographers in addition to several books of our own work. There's always that little secret of the way things are formed that can speak to you. The point for me of making any work of art is to make something that is more than what it's of. I'm not involved with illustration, with commercial photography, with decoration. I'm interested in composing things in a way that the end result is hopefully more than what it is of.